Can you imagine growing up in a world where there were no parenting books, no gentle chats, and definitely no naughty step? Back then, discipline meant one thing: fear, respect, and a slipper with your name on it. Today we're looking at 20 shocking ways British parents used to discipline their kids. Some of these punishments are funny now, some were downright terrifying, but all of them shaped an entire generation. And judging by how many of you watch my videos on your TV at home, I've got a feeling this one's going to stir up a lot of memories. So let's jump in. 1. The deadly stare. Every British child knew it. You'd be fooling around in the living room when suddenly, BAM! Mum's eyes locked onto you like a laser beam. No words, no shouting, just the look. It was like she could peel the mischief right out of your soul. And the worst part? That look was often followed by the dreaded words, "We'll talk about this when we get home," which basically meant hours of silent panic, imagining your doom. Honestly, some kids learned more self-control from that stare than today's children do from 1,000 timeouts. 2. Wait till your father gets home. 6 words that could ruin your whole day. Back in the 50s, 60s, even 70s, Dad was often seen as the final authority. If Mum said those words, you spent the afternoon rehearsing your apologies or hiding under your bed. Dinner would be tense. You'd be buttering bread in silence while waiting for the door to creak open. And sometimes, Dad didn't even do anything. Just the disappointment in his sigh was worse than any punishment. That psychological weight? Terrifying. 3. The slipper of doom. Forget the cane for a moment. At home, the slipper reigned supreme. It wasn't about how hard it landed. It was the sound of it being picked up. The shuffle of Mum's foot slipping out, followed by the words, "Right, that's enough." Everyone froze. Even the dog stopped barking. And whether it landed on your backside or just waved in the air, it carried the same message. Mum was in charge. 4. Soap in the mouth. Say one swear word and suddenly you were blowing bubbles, not in a fun way. Parents swore this would wash the filth out of your mouth. In reality, you were coughing up imperial leather foam and promising never to curse again. Looking back, it was madness. Soap wasn't exactly healthy. But at the time, it was a common household tactic. And it worked. Most kids thought twice before testing their vocabulary again. 5. The corner of shame. Go stand in the corner! Sounds mild, doesn't it? But oh, the humiliation. Standing facing the wallpaper while your siblings sat on the sofa smirking felt like medieval torture. 5 minutes felt like an eternity. And heaven help you if you dared to turn your head early. You'd hear that dreaded voice. I didn't say you could move. 6. The wooden spoon. Every kitchen had one hanging next to the flour jar. Innocent utensil by day, instrument of justice by night. Parents didn't even need to use it half the time. The sound of it tapping on the table was enough to make you confess to crimes you hadn't committed. It wasn't really about pain, it was about authority. That wooden spoon was like Excalibur in the hands of British mums. 7. Writing lines. If you thought homework was bad, try writing the same sentence 100 times. I must not talk back to my mother. I will not steal biscuits from the tin. Your hand would ache, your pencil would snap, and you'd hate lined paper for life. But in a strange way, it worked. It built patience. It drilled lessons into your head. And it probably gave half the nation very neat handwriting. 8. Sent to bed early. Imagine being sent upstairs while it was still bright outside. You'd lie in bed furious, listening to the faint sound of your family laughing downstairs, or hearing the theme tune of Doctor Who through the floorboards. Pure injustice. And yet, by the next morning, it was all forgotten. Punishment delivered, punishment erased. That was the magic formula. 9. Permission for everything. Back then, children didn't just do things. You asked, "Can I have a biscuit? Can I sit in the armchair? Can I watch the telly? And if you helped yourself? That was treated like grand theft custard cream. This constant asking may sound strict, but it taught manners, boundaries, and respect. Today's kids with free rein might never understand that culture of permission. 10. The public telling off embarrassment was part of discipline. If you acted up in Woolworths, you'd be corrected in Woolworths, loudly. And nobody blinked. In fact, the shop assistant might nod approvingly, as if to say, "Good on you, love." Modern parents might wait for privacy. Back then, your humiliation was a public service announcement. 11. Discipline at school. The punishments didn't stop at home. At school, teachers had the cane, the ruler, the slipper, all part of daily discipline. One tap on the desk, and the whole class went silent. The cane was feared, yes, but strangely, many who grew up with it don't recall it with hatred. More with nervous laughter and a sense of, thank goodness it wasn't me this time. 12. The walk of apology. If you upset a teacher, a neighbor, or even your mate's mum, you were marched straight to their doorstep to apologize, face to face. None of this texting so's nonsense. The walk there was agony. But the moment you said, "I'm sorry," something shifted. You learned humility, accountability, and maybe a little courage too. 13. The television ban. There was only one telly in the whole house, and if you lost your viewing privileges, it felt like exile. Missing Blue Peter, Coronation Street, or Match of the Day was devastating. You'd sit in your room hearing the muffled laughter of your family downstairs. That was punishment by soundtrack, and it worked. 14. Bragging about punishments. Here's the odd thing. Kids compared punishments like trophies. I got slippered yesterday. Oh yeah? I got the cane. It sounds twisted now, but it bonded kids together. Discipline became a weird badge of honor. 15. Because I said so. Modern parents explain. Old school parents didn't. If you dared ask why, the answer was always, because I said so. And that was it. End of discussion. Challenge it and you'd go straight back to slipper territory. 16. Neighborhood watchdogs. Think you could misbehave away from home? Wrong. Mrs. Thompson down the road would catch you red-handed and report back to your mum before you even walked in the door. Parents had an invisible communication network. Honestly, it was faster than today's Wi-Fi. 17. Silence on public transport. Making noise on a bus was social suicide. Not only would your mum glare at you, but so would every other adult on board. And if you were made to apologize to the stranger you disturbed, that was maximum humiliation. 18. Strict bedtimes. There was no negotiation, no 5 more minutes. When it was bedtime, it was bedtime. And if you tried sneaking a torch under the duvet to read comics, somehow parents always knew they had a sixth sense for mischief. Maybe it was exhaustion, maybe it was magic. Either way, you couldn't win. 19. Losing pocket money. Back then, pocket money wasn't free. You earned it through chores. And if you answered back or shirked responsibility, that shiny half-crown disappeared instantly. It was an early crash course in economics, and for many, it built financial discipline that lasted a lifetime. 20. They actually meant it. This might be the biggest difference of all. Parents didn't bluff. No empty threats, no endless countdowns. If they said you'd lose your privileges, you lost them. If they said you'd get the slipper, you got it. And strange as it sounds, that certainty created security. You always knew where the line was, and who was in charge. Looking back, some of these punishments seem harsh, even shocking. But many of us survived, and some would even argue it built character, respect, and resilience. Others say it left scars, emotional if not physical. Either way, it was a different world. A world of soap bars, wooden spoons, and slipper justice. So let me ask you, which of these did you experience? And be honest, were you ever scared of the slipper? Drop your memories in the comments below. And if this video stirred up some nostalgia, don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out my other video on what schools were really like in the 1960s. Trust me, you'll laugh, you'll cringe, and you'll probably thank your lucky stars you grew up when you did.